Welcome back. Now the news in detail. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has called on stakeholders and Rivers indigents not to allow any protest to deter them from carrying out their civic responsibilities. Governor Fubara said this while addressing some stakeholders at the government house today.
Don't allow any propaganda, don't allow any looter movement, and don't allow any story or repeat of hell to deter your spirit at this point. I'm really happy that everyone is in high spirits. In fact, some of you wish this thing is happening so that we just end. You just have to follow the process. So you have our total support.
Governor Fubara said despite being one of the greatest losers because of the refusal of his party to participate in the election, he still obeyed the Supreme Court ruling on the conduct of the election.
The people that are going to participate in this election, the numbers that we're going to record are the real indigents of the states. You know, this election, I'm the greatest loser. My party is not participating. But because of the Supreme Court ruling that there must be elected officials to manage the affairs of local government, what we're doing here is to make sure that even if my party is not participating, the council process must stand.
Moving on. The coordinator of Ogoni Development Drive, Solomon Lenu, says the presidency and security agencies should hold the FCT minister-led PDP responsible if Saturday's local government elections in Rivers State turned violent. Mr. Lenu spoke to correspondent Obi Oruwari following a protest by some members of the PDP against the conduct of the 5th October local government elections in the state.
It is an open secret that he is the one responsible for all of this. In fact, he has not hidden his plans and agenda, against this election. So we must say it the way it is. We must come out and call on all well-meaning citizens of Rivers State to come out too, to condemn this action so that he can be stopped. If anything happens on Saturday, ODD is saying that Nyesom Wike should be held responsible. Because Rivers people are very prepared. You can see how excited that they are about this election. And he and his group are the only people that are against this election. So if anything happens, of course, ordinarily, we should know that it is the people who are saying the election should not go on that are responsible.
He also called on security agencies to treat the worsening political tension in the state as a national issue because of its economic implications in the nation.
If Nyesom Wike and his yes-men followers are not comfortable with the renaissance of a new political paradigm in Rivers State, then they should use civil and legitimate means to champion their cause, to dispute or counter the actions of the Rivers State government, and not through violent means. Rivers State is politically and economically strategic to the livelihood of Nigeria. Every man and woman of conscience should rise up at this time to do something if we truly care about Nigeria, because the planned political about to happen in Rivers State should not be seen as a Rivers issue, but should be seen as a national crisis.
Also, a Port Harcourt-based lawyer, Vincent Chukwu, said the PDP-led protest against the conduct of the 5th October local government elections is an invitation to anarchy.
PDP or their allies, they are not an arm of the judiciary to enforce court orders and judgments. There are established organs of the judiciary that enforces judgments, orders, rulings. What is playing out in the PDP or the Wike group doing whatever they are doing is they are resorting to self-help. And in fact, the police should not wait time to arrest and prosecute any of them because there is no law that protects them. Because to enforce judgment is not their duty under the law.
A professor of sociology and development studies, Sofiri Joab Petersai, says the judiciary should be held responsible for the worsening political crisis in Rivers State. Professor Joab Petersai said this while speaking with correspondent Obi Oruwari. Professor Joab Petersai, who is a lecturer at the University of Port Harcourt, said the conflicting orders and judgment involving the political gladiators in the state have worsened the political crisis.
And the court also is a part of the problem. Some courts and some judges recognize that power belongs to the people and deliver judgment which favors the majority of the citizens of our country. I am appealing to the judiciary to take into consideration, the safety and the well-being of citizens of the state, and make judgment or pronouncements that will actually bring happiness to the greatest number of the people. That ought to be the preoccupation of every power holder or occupier of positions in our state.
Professor Joab Peterside also blamed the presidency for the conduct of the FCT minister.
No, the president can be exonerated from all that is happening. The presidency received in court favorable votes from the state. And so the president still not appreciate the fact the yearnings and aspirations of the people of this state, citizens of this state, are not met. And so what the presidency is very much concerned is his own arrangement and the arrangement of his political allies to make sure that the state is crippled so that the state continue to provide us support in the next general election.
In another development, a peace advocate and coordinator of Rivers Peace Initiative, Obinna Igbogidi, appealed to Governor Siminalayi Fubara and FCT Minister Nyesom Wike to put the interest of the people above their personal interest to ensure the elections are conducted.
We urge all political leaders and their supporters to reflect deeply on their roles and responsibilities in this ongoing crisis in the state. The continued strife and divisiveness will not only weaken our democratic institutions but also harm the very citizens they profess to serve. It is time for the political elite of Rivers State to rise above their differences and commit to a path of reconciliation and cooperation. In this spirit, Rivers Peace Initiative reiterates our call on Governor Sim Fubara and Chief Nyesom Wike and all political leaders to engage in immediate dialogue aimed at resolving their differences.
He also explained the consequences if the elections fail to hold this weekend.
The Supreme Court's directive for local government autonomy highlights an urgent reality. If we do not have democratically elected local council chairmen in this October, Rivers State will lose access to essential local government funds. This is not merely a political concern. It is a matter of survival for the ordinary citizens of Rivers State. Salaries for council workers, crucial services for our communities, and the local economy, which thrives at the grassroots level, all depend on timely elections and effective governance. Regrettably, political infighting has overshadowed the pressing needs of our people.
In the meantime, a conflict manager, Partners for Peace in the Niger Delta, Princeville Sobebo, said there are signs that there may be violence during elections.
We have general political tension in the state, but with respect to this local government election, we have not seen anything that will raise that level of alarm. However, there can be last-minute changes. In fact, there may be last-minute preparation to either stop the election or to make it go violent. That's the reason I'm saying law enforcement agencies should be professional, and if they are professional, they know exactly what to do and how to handle such situations. However, it's politics and things can happen at any time. Last minute, people will take decisions and decide to go violent.
Now, the chairmanship candidate of Allied People's Movement APM in Emowa local area of Rivers State, Echu Lucky, says he is the most credible candidate to beat in the Saturday's local government election. Dr. Lucky, who said he is in the chairmanship race to bring development to the grassroots, outlined some of the programs the people of Emowa will enjoy if they vote for him. The chairmanship candidate, who condemned today's PDP-led protest against the conduct of the election, told correspondent Ibi Uruwari that he is the most qualified candidate to bring to Emowa people the needed social development and infrastructural growth in the area.
I'm coming with a 5-point agenda in area of education, infrastructural development, human capital development, food and security. In the area of human capital development, I believe develop our individuals. Because I'm giving them opportunities. This sec has already informed them, notifying them that local government election is coming up. So I wonder why they are protesting.
The Emowa APM chairmanship candidate, while answering questions if he believes on the impartiality of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission RESEC to conduct free and fair election, advised them to emulate Governor Siminalayi Fubara's mantra of the people first in discharging their duty on Saturday.
Well, I believe the executive governor of Rivers State, I know he's capable and he's credible. And I believe the people that he has appointed as RESEC chairman and RESEC member handling this local government election. They are prepared and ready, and I believe they will fight for justice and do the right thing. I believe they will live up to the expectation, because I know the governor is also, I think he wants to do something credible to make his own name.
Also, the chairmanship candidate of the Labour Party for Obiakpo local government area for the October the 5th LGA elections, Benson Oha, has assured the people of quality leadership if elected chairman. Mr. Oha said this as his campaign trail moves to Evo Kingdom to sensitize the people on the need to vote for him as the chairman of Obiakpo and all the councillorship candidates of the Labour Party. The Labour Party Obiakpo chairmanship candidate also promised to empower 10 persons per ward to revolutionize agriculture by planting rice that will feed the people and beyond. Mr. Oha also promised to hold down hall meetings with people to know their needs before executing any projects, just as he accused successive governments of paying lip service to the people of Obiakpo. He said no meaningful project has been executed in Obiakpo for over 35 years. We'll go for a quick break, but still to come, President Tinubu proposed 4 tax reform bills to the House of Representatives. Do stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Come October 5th, 20.
Now the rest of the newscast. Members of the Simplified Family in Owerewere Community Ward 6 in Abua Odwa local government area say they are distancing themselves from one Esel Omegara and his group who are against the aspiration of Vincent Ruben Obu for the chairmanship position in the area. A statement said the Simplified Family in Owerewere, after an emergency meeting in Port Harcourt, described the moves by Mr. Esel and his group to allegedly stop the ongoing local government election process as self-serving and myopic. It said the actions of Mr. Esel are capable of causing a crisis between Aminigboko and Owerewere communities. It recalled that the people of Aminigboko community supported an Owerewere son to emerge as chairman and Mr. Esel to become Secretary of Council. It called on the people of Abua Odwal to come out in their numbers and vote for the APP candidate, Mr. Ruben Obu, the acting leader, Waris Ali, Chairman, Aboga Mass Transport, Itode Zacchaeus, Secretary of Council, Abua Odwa CTC, Queen Esther Olide, Akeodi Ali, Thank God Ekomodu, Adoloye John, and Obina Idiowa Churchill signed the statement. Reacting to this, Mr. Essel says he has nothing to do with the court case in court over the authentic chairman of the APP, and he said he's only doing his job as his firm is in charge of the case. A registered voters A registered voter in Ward 1 Port Harcourt City local government area, Ellen Wanodi, has raised concerns over the appointment of the elder brother of the APP councillorship candidate in Faga Ward 1, Ugochukwu Ajikere, as the returning officer in Port Harcourt City in the upcoming October the 5th local government elections. Ms. Wanodi, who is also the chairman of Labour Party in Ward 1, Port Harcourt City LGA, in a statement said the appointment of Mr. Ajikere as the returning officer casts doubt on the credibility of the RISEC to conduct a free, fair and credible election in the area. She appealed to the Commission to immediately change Mr. Ajikere as the returning officer, adding that if Mr. Ugochukwu Ajikere is not changed, there cannot be a free and fair contest. The statement also alleged that the councillorship candidate of the APP, Henry Ajikere, has on several occasions boasted that he will win the election. Reacting to this, Ugochukwu Ajikere says he applied for a job as a citizen of Nigeria and an indigene of Rivers State and was employed. He said his appointment will not influence anything at the polling unit level. He said his job is to collate the polling unit result. President Bola Tinubu submitted 4 tax reform bills to the House of Representatives for consideration and quick passage. In a letter read by the Speaker Tajuddin Abbas during plenary today, the bills are the Nigeria Tax Bill 2024, the Tax Administration Bill, the Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Bill, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill. We'll go for another commercial break. When we come back, we will take a look at the foreign scene. Just stay tuned.
Ikwere Anumekao Diali, our dear good people of Ikwere local government area, it is time again.
Twenty bodies have been recovered after a boat carrying people and merchandise capsized on Lake Kivu in eastern DR Congo. Security and Abo sources said the vessel, which had come from the town of Minova in the South Kivu province, sank mid-morning on Thursday, just 100 meters away from its destination. Reports say rescue operations were ongoing. A recap on the news this evening. You heard Governor Fubara has charged Rivers people not to be deterred by protests. Some stakeholders have called on security agencies to hold the FCT minister responsible in the case of violence on Saturday's Rivers LGA election. Peace advocates are appealing to Governor Fubara and the FCT minister to work together for peaceful local government election. President Tinubu has proposed 4 tax reform bills to the House of Representatives. On the foreign scene, 20 bodies have been recovered after a boat capsized in DR Congo. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721-7215. I am Kalada Kurubatibo. Good evening and do stay tuned.